playoff time. All right, so let's get right to the point. All right, so 49ers offensive coordinator Mike McDaniel speak about Micah Parsons. Let's listen to it.
Micah Parsons is, it's the first time I've got to study him. I'm alive, so I've heard about him. And he's been noisy this year. Is very, very impressive. I think it's a great match. Working with Dan Quinn and they're getting a ton out of him. He's a multi-tool defender that can win on the line of scrimmage and can track from the linebacker position. He gives people problems, and I can see why I knew his name before I had studied him and seen him play.
Well, PC gamer Mike McDaniel, that's what he looked like, a PC gamer. Shout out to Mike McDaniel. Wonderful job what he's doing of relaying the plays that Kyle Shanahan calls out, and he kind of implement his own flavor to it, and that's what Mike McDaniel do for the 49ers. Neither here nor there. When he said tracking, that is what Micah Parsons do. He track, he scrapes, he gets skinny, he get to the quarterback. Hey, on top of that, all of that running stuff, as the linebacker, he sniffs out the screen. And of course, Cowboy Nation, the 49ers will do some misdirections. They will have a little sauces here and there within the confines of their offense, which is cool, by the way. I can't argue about the creativity that they do with Juice in the backfield. That's number 44, the big fullback that cleared things out of the way. And for Elijah Mitchell, they are stubborn to the key that they will continue to run. They will continue to run. And what they try to do, we heard the storyline, that they like to create the play actions, of course, and also they like to create the one-on-one opportunity for the wide receivers. Brandon Ayuk, no one to sneeze at, by the way. And, of course, we know about Deebo Samuels. The guy that's been really sneaky is Jennings, right? Jennings been that sneaky third receiver that's really yards after catch is his game as well. He's a physical guy. And none of these guys are someone to sneeze at as relates to run block, because that's the mentality, and that's how Shanahan draws up everything on the offensive side of the coin. Now that we got all of that out the way, Cowboy Nation, Cowboys had a full participant and most of their guys as relates to practice. And then, of course, there's padded practice and there's non-padded practice. But collectively speaking, the dogs, they've been out there. And I go back to establishing the presence on the front. You got to give it to DeMarcus Lawrence, Tank Law. You got to give it to him, right? He's going to establish that dominance. Oh, and let's add in the fact that J-Ron Kurtz, he's out there. He's no one to sneeze at. If you're going back and forward with, hey, look at the matchup that the 49ers got as linebackers, stop it. Fred Warner is a beast, right? But he ain't no Micah Parsons. Let's get it real. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100. And we play so much nickel anyway that it's not time to go back and forth with Greenlaw versus what we got and Fred Warner and all of those guys that they got as it relates to the linebackers, what have you. We can't go back and forth with that. Two different styles of defense. And shout out to the 49ers. Collectively speaking, their defense is top as well. Graded out, I believe, 7 or 8 in good respect to the National Football League in most great categories. But the Cowboys, I'm going to say these numbers till I'm blue in the face. Cowboys blue in the face. Being number one in defense on third down goes a long way, meaning that we get you off the field and give the ball back to the number one offense. And excuse me, Cowboy Nation, let me sprinkle this in as well. Taking the ball away. Not turnovers, we take it away. We jump routes. We force fumbles, punch it out. We claw it out. We give the ball back to the number one offense. By the way, Dak Prescott, 37 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. You know he's going to protect the ball. And don't let it be a situation where your DBs, hear me out, your DBs forced to play one-on-one to the outside, whether it be CeeDee Lamb or Amari Cooper. It's about to get nasty Flat out. All right, so looking at all of this, the offensive coordinator for the 49ers understands that. And I believe he's a brilliant guy, Mike McDaniel. I think that whatever play that Kyle Shanahan draws up and throw out there, he execute them as it relates to his delivery and timing. But he got to bring more to that. He got to bring much more to that to the table. All right, other news. Mike Fisher, a lot of Mikes today. Shout out to my guy, Mike Fisher. He's been reporting that pretty much, and just hear me out, I know that a part of news reporting is also built in with speculations, right? You never know. On one end, you will have a situation whereas you would think that something will happen 100%, and then on the other end, it can change just the night before, right? Coaching staff change just like that. And there's nothing wrong with being a king in your own castle. But in this article, in this wonderful piece there, speculation for the nation, who should the Cowboys go out there and take a real good look at as relates to if Dan Quinn leave, right? Here's my honest to God truth on this. Dan Quinn, as far as the philosophy and the system that he brought to the team, is wonderful. It's unique. It's brilliant. What I like what Dan Quinn brought to the table, more so than anything, the culture. I'm putting on the helmet. I'm putting on, the shoulder pads. I'm getting out there. I'm working hand to hand with these guys. I'm down in the dirt with the defensive linemen. That goes a long way. Now, in that this quick picture there, he got my guy George Edwards, who been a defensive coordinator for the Vikings for many of years, right? And he's been here for at least 2 years. And George Edwards is no one to sneeze at as relates to philosophy and drawing up plays and everything. He's pretty good, in my opinion. He ain't no Dan Quinn, but he's pretty good. Also, he brought up the guy Vic Fangio. Now, he's the guy that said, okay, if it's a blueprint, I put it out there for the Cowboys. To me, I don't like Vic Fangio's defense. I don't like what he brings to the table. Of course, he did a wonderful job against the Cowboys, but we got to take these things in context. There was no D-Law out there. There was no Navarre Gallimore. Pretty much no push-up inside the middle. And on the offensive side of the coin, he just woke up to play the Cowboys or coach against the Cowboys on a bad day. Dak Prescott pretty much first game back from an injury, the calf injury. CeeDee Lamb, who, dare I say, had the ankle situation, didn't practice all that week. And at the time, my guy Amari Cooper was battling through a hamstring. So the Cowboys wasn't at a full 100%, nor 90 or 80 in my opinion. And Dak Prescott was trying to throw to the man on the moon. He wasn't accurate that day. I just want people to know that I just hope that the speculation for the nation is just that is just what it is. And sometimes when you're going through negotiations, maybe, just maybe, they said, okay, let me take care of Will McClay's contract first, and then we're going to work our way down to Dan Quinn. I believe that the Cowboys probably slide some money under the table to Dan Quinn and say, hey, man, we want you here. I know that you want to go somewhere else, but you seeing how these coaches churn and burn style. Coach didn't even get a chance to pick out his house out there in Texans land. You're right. He was still purchasing furniture. And they got rid of him. And Jacksonville Jaguars, see how that thing go over there? They was moving coaches around. And with the Chicagoland, that's no quick turnaround to that stuff over there. You make and say you can, but it's a lot that people will be asking you to do. And let's not think about and forget about the Broncos. Look, you better be happy where you at. That's all I'm saying. You better think wisely, just think wisely. Be careful what you wish for and understand that right now we are in a good situation. The money gonna come. Just continue to do what we do out here. Keep the egos hush hush edging God out. That's what I call egos. Keep that on the back, keep that out of your mindset. And let's formulate and build an empire right here with the Cowboys. Let's get this thing going one way or another. That's my thoughts on everything. Shout out to the PC gamer, Mike McDaniels. Shout out to him on the 49ers for releasing that information. And also shout out to everybody that's watching. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys.
Impressive.